which were games we wish we could get into, ones that disappoint or we regret playing, backlogs that we keep pushing back. Series I recommend. I wrote genres that are overused, good, bad, or ignored. It's not necessarily games, just the genre of style. Like you would have shovelware, I'm sure. It's just similar but different, I thought about. And the other one I thought of was video game abilities, like everyday video game abilities that would just be fun to have.
Save scumming.
Yeah, like, oh, you can save, you can have, you don't have fall damage. Or the one that we've joked before in the past, it's like, yeah, if I sleep for this amount of time, everything's perfect and healthy again.
I just want to feel well rested, man.
How long do you
It
sleep for? This long. That means that for this day, you have bonus stats.
it would also be nice to have everything you need to solve the problem you're facing in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also thought of like, item menu / pocket dimension.
Yeah. Heck, I would just like to have accessibility options or a tutorial.
What the? You must have picked. No,
I picked up the
my
step
character.
stool.
My character suddenly stood up for no reason, so I figured you picked something up.
Yeah, I picked up the step stool. That's so weird that it does that.
But I don't. I think it only does it to me. I've yet to hear that be an issue for you. Or I
Well,
just
I'm
didn't crouch
I'm
down more
normally
often.
standing because you start at the bottom, I start at the top.
Yeah, there's that too.
So I'm not crouching too terribly often.
But yeah, those were some of the ideas. I only had like maybe two or three, but those were some of the new ideas I had.
What was the first one? Genres that were overrated.
Overrated. Just put head here. Overrated. No, excuse me. Overused, good, bad, and ignored.
Overused, good, bad, and ignored. Okay, you want to just do that one off the top of our head?
Yeah, we can do that.
Give ourselves no show prep, just, like the consummate professionals we are, just rip off the cuff.
Hey, everybody does it at some point.
All right, so we're going to need four genres because it's overused, good,
Overused.
bad, and ignored.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanna start us off?
Sure.
Because I think I know
Um.
what your overused is going to be, and if it isn't, I'm going to hit it. But if it is, I'll come up with a different one.
Well, my overused, I don't know if it counts as one or two, but essentially it's Dark Souls. So, like, Dark Souls or action RPG style.
Those are different. So Souls like is
Yeah, Souls like,
ridiculously
yeah.
hard, gloomy third person. Action RPG is the Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah, it's just well, I mean, it's one of those words like blah, words. They're the same, but they're used differently, in my head. Because it's still, the action and combat and everything is just Dark Souls. It's just or Souls like it's just a more advanced version. But I'll just go with Souls like.
That works.
It's, yeah, it's just people can say get good or you suck. That's the reason. I don't care. But I'm just sick and tired of them. They're everywhere. They're only fun for the people who, I mean, I shouldn't say they're only fun, but the majority of people that are into that sort of masochism are the only people that get true enjoyment out of it. I mean, a mild version, I don't mind as much. But to just play a game to be like, I must fail 30 times to figure out how to do this, that's not fun. I mean, again, if you're twisted in the head, sure, okay, that's fun for you, but that doesn't need to be in every single mainstream game nowadays where everything is just over the top perfection challenge.
That works.
Like,
So
I don't have much more to say than that.
no, that's fine. But I'm curious. Let's define the term just a little bit more. When you mean Dark Souls, I assume you mean third person, cannot adjust the difficulty. Um, you have to dodge, block, parry, whatever. Um, More or less boss rush kind of a thing, right?
I guess it's one of those where I'm sure people will be like, you just don't know what a soul style is, but I mean,
Well, there's a difference between a hard game that you can turn down the options on and a game where it's like this is all you get. Have fun.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's just games where yeah, it's like you can have full health and the enemy can kill you in one shot if you didn't have the perfect second and frame moment of dodge.
Those invincibility frames. That is actually something that keeps popping up a lot, which is there too many of these games that have come out? And I will say there are several games that I've been interested in. Well, let me back up. There's a lot of Dark Soul games I want to play. I just haven't had the time or the concentration to put on it. And like I said in another one, I'm still technically recovering from shoulder surgery. I've had to adjust how I play games and the games I play. But there have been a couple where I've been like, "Ooh, that looks so good." Oh, it's Souls like, never mind.
And yeah, I mean, because like again, I'm sure some people will probably say I don't know the full category style or whatever, but like Final Fantasy Stranger's Paradise, I played that just because I'm a Final Fantasy and Square fan. Give it a shot. Even though I platinumed it, I did not have much fun playing that game.
No, you
Kina.
did not.
Kina was no fun at all. Just pretty much put down the easiest difficulty just so I could beat the game and see how the story went.
Was it at
Even
least a good story?
mildly all right. I don't really. The fact that I have to sit here and go, "What was the story again?" kind of
It
says
didn't
enough.
stick
But
with you.
no, if it had been more enjoyable of a game, it might have stuck with me. But in the end, all I remember was just cursing and frustration. But like even the Jedi Survivor game has it to a degree.
Yeah,
Again,
it
that's where some
does.
yeah, it's like it's infecting more and more games just because it was popular for one game and sold well. And yeah, like I've said before in the past, I mean, we didn't have quick time events until God of War, but unlike Souls like that actually wasn't a terrible addition to games. Just as long as they don't overuse it or make it into their final boss fight. Looking at you, Shadow of Mordor.
No, that makes sense. So the one I think is overrated. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we done? Not
Yeah,
trying to
no,
cut you off.
that's all I had.
The one I think is overrated. Well, the first thing that comes to mind, because no show prep. Uh, Ironically enough, since we're playing this, but simulation games are overdone, and they are so often an excuse for
Not good when you gotta
cheap.
call out your own shtick.
I know, but they're so often a catch-all for cheap, uninspired, generic asset cash grab games, right? And I love simulation games. I'm not knocking that, but you got to be really careful what you get into because a lot of them are incredibly broken or incredibly repetitive or just silly.
If it
Um,
wasn't for the fact that I can't sing, I don't want to get you a potential strike. I would sing a parody.
yeah.
Just Bon Jovi's You Give Love a Bad Name, You Give Shovelware a Bad Name.
right? Because it is technically a type of shovelware. You are correct. Um, but so often it's just whatever free assets are available from that engine, and off you go. And I appreciate and I understand that there's going to be what we call jank in these games because you can't account for everything, and that's fine. And they're usually made by a small dev team, and that's fine. But when the game is more glitch than work, that's
You
bad.
don't ask for
Also,
perfection. You just don't ask that when you move your joystick forward for a 5 foot walk, you wind up across the block through three houses.
yeah, into an area that hasn't been rendered and doesn't technically exist, so
Yeah.
now you have to
And then the
totally
game gets
restart.
locked in.
So, yeah. Congratulations, you've now been soft locked. We auto saved when you left the world. Um, and the other issue I have with it is so often there will be a game in the genre that comes out and innovates, like this one, or lawn mowing simulator,
Oh, then you get
farm
the
sim.
dozen
Uh,
copycats.
yeah, yeah. That trading card game that came out where you run the shop and you set up like your own little Pokemon thing. Someone else, I actually have it in my wish list, but someone else came out with the same idea, but it's model cars. So you're running like a Hot Wheels boutique as opposed to trading card. Like that's fine. That took the idea, it changed it. But if you go to look up the good trading card game, there's 9,000 copycats with similar names designed to make you think that's the one you need, so you buy it, and that's predatory. Like if all you're doing is knocking off what someone else already did, we don't need
You're
you.
just, you're just trying to snipe someone's idea.
Yeah, like it's just and I understand that opens the conversation for, oh well, Pal World's a knockoff of Pokemon. Yeah, maybe, but you're never going to confuse Pal World for Pokemon. You know
I'd
what I
say it's a
mean?
cross between Pokemon and Digimon because I've never seen guns in Pokemon.
Yeah. Um, but it's overused. And as much as I like it, I actually put out a question the other day on YouTube. No one's answered me yet, which is fine because there might not be an answer. But I literally said, are there any of these shopkeeper games for the PlayStation that are good? Because I like the idea. I don't want to buy garbage. So
Well,
the
I'm not gonna lie because I know you enjoy your simulator games. The new PlayStation sale started last night,
did it.
and a lot of those simulator games are on sale. So I just didn't get any, but I just clicked on them. It's like, okay, yeah, a lot of these are very low rated.
Yeah, I can't find the ratings on the phone app. I might have to check on the play because that was something I was looking for. Was like how they rated, and I
Yeah,
could
no,
not.
that's why I always shop on the actual system.
Yeah, but I can't shop on the actual system while I'm laying in bed. So
Fair point there. Well,
maybe if I
then
get a
all you
portal.
do is when you're on the system, just go to the search engine, type in simulation or simulator, and it'll pull up those. And if they're on sale, it'll let you know.
True,
That way, you don't gotta shuffle through the whole category sale.
true. But yeah, to me, overrated slash abused. Maybe I missed the point a little bit, but just because you have a game where you walk from point A to point B and put puppies in a box and then take puppies out of a box and put them through a cash register does not mean that you have a pet shop simulator.
Oh, I thought that was Hobo Simulator.
Yeah. Drunk bar fight simulator. I mean, a lot of them are kind of cool. Like, they're, especially on the PC, you can set up like a bar in the Wild West. That's cool. You know, I mean, it's not going to be something you play for 900 hours and have a deep moving experience with, but it might be fun to sling some whiskey and get some trophies.
I won't lie. There was one when I was looking last night. there was one simulator game. I was like, "Oh, this one sounds interesting." But when I clicked on it, I saw it was like 60% 1 star. I was like, "Never mind."
What
It
was
was
it?
a blacksmith simulator.
Ooh, that does sound interesting. But yeah, it's probably basically my name is Mayo with different assets.
Yeah,
Push X to swing your hammer. Now push X to quench. Push X to make the sword. Push X to sell the sword.
still mad they never came out with plumbing simulator for the Wii.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
get
would
those
I would
motion.
love to see people plunging a toilet with the Wii. Oh, that's dirty. Yeah, it's toilet. They're filthy. Not that. Oh, okay. All right. So, in our opinion, overrated simulator games and Dark Souls.
Yeah, Souls like.
Yeah, Souls like, sorry, yeah. Because Dark Souls is a specific company.
Yeah,
And honestly, from what I've heard, there are other good Souls likes like Lies of P. I've heard good things about Wu Chan Fallen Feathers that just came out this month.
yeah. Our
Um,
last year's Black Myth Wukong.
yeah, Black
I'm not.
Myth
I'm not
Wukong.
saying they have to stop them. I'm just saying stop putting that element in so many different styles of games.
Yeah. No, I understand. But what I was getting at was there are a few good Souls likes, but the Dark Souls FromSoft is like a whole different level.
Yeah.
Like from what I've heard, and depending on your view of multiplayer online, you may not like Night Rain or whatever it's called that just came out. But people that like that style like everything those guys are producing. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So what's next? Good.
Yep. Good. I won't lie. I was definitely doing a quick brainstorm session when you were listing off what you for your list right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I'm gonna go with. I don't know if it counts as a subcategory for it, but I'm gonna go with tactical RPGs. Not necessarily RPGs, but specifically like grid-based tactical ones,
Yeah.
like Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, Triangle Strategy, those kind of things. Even the Romance of the Three Kingdoms tactical style. Just the of the ones I have played, which pretty much is what I've listed. A few others, I've yet to play a bad one. I'm sure they exist out there, but it's a simple, slower pace. So you can think about strategy where one wrong move can make things bad. But unlike in a Souls like, it's usually war based. So it's like, okay, now I gotta use tactics instead of just now I gotta dodge 5,000 more times before I can get a swing in. Had to get one more quick jab in there. But just yeah, I mean they're fun. You have to think about them, and if depending on what the game is and how long you play it, eventually you can work your way up to like a general warlord power fantasy mindset. But I've just yeah, I've majority that I have played have been either at least guaranteed good, but most of them have been very entertaining and just very yeah, quite enjoyable. I'm losing my mind and not being able to think of better words to phrase things in, but
I saw a video yesterday. I don't remember who did it. I'll try to remember to look through my YouTube history, send it to you. But it was like 10 tactical RPGs that you definitely want to play. And I immediately thought of you. I didn't quite make it through all of them because baby, but
yeah.
yeah. No, when tactical RPGs work, it's heaven. You
Mm-hmm.
you you feel amazing and accomplished.
I mean, the only gripe I would give them is in some cases, like with the original Final Fantasy Tactics or even this Gaia, they can at times be a bit long when you're just trying to play through something real quick.
and or grindy,
Yes.
because grindy adds to long. But yeah,
Yes, but I mean, you can't just be like, okay, and I'm gonna do a quick 10 minute bat. No, you gotta do the setup. You gotta pick your party, where they're gonna do, what tactics you're gonna. It's like they can't. They aren't necessarily for quick and just play something real fast. It's even a random encounter in tactics was about a guaranteed hour-long fight.
yeah.
So I will say that is one of the small downfalls or annoying factors about them, but
They're a game you need to be setting aside time to intentionally
yeah,
play.
yeah, you do have to be aware this will take time to do.
This is a time sink.
And I won't lie, I like medieval style uh, storylines, and a lot of tactic based games are that.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say I just thought of one though that I don't care for because it's almost like a Souls like tactic, which is that XCOM.
I was about to say, you talking about XCOM?
Yeah, XCOM's
Nope.
the few ones I can think of where it's like, nope, nope, don't like that one.
I
I played like maybe an hour of one of those, and I was just like, yeah, no. When 90% means I still miss 9 out of 10 times, that's not fun.
I was about to say when I got my PlayStation membership, that was one of the games, and I'm like, oh, I remember wanting to try this, and now it's free. And then I just happened to look up the trophy guide. At the time, I wasn't even trying to platinum things, and they were like, so this is going to be just entirely RNG. It can be 95% to hit, and you'll miss 7 times. I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's one of those that sits on my trophy list at like 2 or 3% from that hour I played, and I'm like, well, that's just gonna sit there forever.
That's a stain. That's where I wish Sony. I mean, I don't even care. Sony, you can charge me money. I would like to permanently delete some things off of my trophy list. I don't need 100% trophy profile. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are some things I'm just never gonna go back to.
I would like to hide my shame, please.
It bothers me that it's like I can't believe this is here forever. Hey, you remember that one day where you played this one thing and decided not for you? You got to
Yeah,
look at that for the rest of your life,
this doesn't really count because you don't really do it anymore. But remember that one game you rented at Family Video?
right? For those of you not from the Midwest, Family Video was basically the poor man's Blockbuster. For those
And
of
for the
you that are probably in my target demographic, Blockbuster was a place where you went and you rented movies because we couldn't stream it.
back when physical media still existed.
Back when physical media was the only option. When
Yep,
Netflix mailed you a DVD. I missed that Netflix.
miss the simple days.
I do. I'm getting old. Back in my day. Okay, Grandpa.
But yeah, just tactical based RPGs.
I like it. So I'm going to bend the rules a little bit because I'm not going to stick to specifically one genre because a lot of different genres do this.
Dude, I tried to do
Um,
that with my first pick. You're allowed.
well, I kind of was like, well, do you mean action RPG or blah, 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 blah? But it is also technically, well, I don't know if it's a genre, but it is a descriptive category on Steam and other places. So I'm going to call it a genre. I like the builder category where you start with nothing and build something. And it is usually, we're not talking about a simulation, but it's usually like a town or a
Oh, no,
village.
I was gonna say town builders. Yeah,
or a castle, but it could also be, you know, you built a zoo or a theme park, right? But I love, depending on how difficult they make them, but I love the idea of starting off with nothing, working really hard, and building, you know, Sim City or Tropico 6 or Evil Geniuses 2. Um, the satisfaction of getting all of your things balanced so that the thing you're building continues. And they're getting really inventive. There's one of them now where you build a town in the air and it's got to be level as far as weight so that the thing doesn't tip over, or on the back of a dinosaur as it's walking and you've got to adjust for the changing climates because it's walking to different places.
So you're
So,
building BioShock 3. Got it.
or there was one Real Civil Engineer was playing where basically it's like Raft, but it's stationary, so dock. But you know, you grab your scraps and you
Or
build your little island in the middle of nowhere and rescue people. Like I love those builder games. I'm really itching to get back into Evil Geniuses too. It's sitting on my account in shame that it is not done. But it is a long game, as in like
uh,
a campaign can take 20 hours.
uh, but no, I almost say last week I saw a trailer for they're making a third Octopath game, and I greatly enjoyed the first two. And I was like, okay, but what are they going to do to make this one stand out or in some way unique or different? And it was like, oh, and this one you get to build and customize your own town. And I went, take my money.
I suddenly became a fan of Octopath. I mean, I've wanted to play them. I probably never will, but I've wanted to. They look beautiful. Um,
I feel you would
freaking
enjoy playing them as long as you tell yourself I'm not going to platinum it.
yes, and that's just it exactly. I may have to introduce for the channel. This is Matt playing a game for the story, so that he gives himself an excuse not to finish it. Because I will be done playing a game for the channel and like, nope, got to platinum it, and just drive myself nuts. Which is what's probably going to happen to Battlefield because I'm just going to do the story, which I'm doing on Veteran, and then go back and get the platinum. Um, since I brought up Power Wash last time, let me bring it up this time. Since we're talking about town builders and Power Wash 2, apparently you get to build your own shop. So that's exciting. Not that they
That's a good
didn't
category because I
already.
mean,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bud.
I was gonna say no. That's a good category you pick because I mean, I my favorite games of all time are RPGs, and I remember I think I was playing Nino Kuni 2. I called you up and I was like, one wasn't that bad. Two lets me build my own city. This just
Oh
got
yeah,
so much better.
but that is another one that is actually on my profile to play because of that element. I have that game. I just haven't started it.
I mean, I remember I think it was Assassin's Creed 2. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a city builder, but it's like you had a base slash fort, and I was like, oh, you can advance buildings, and I was like, I will stay here for the next 10 hours while the game's just going. Why aren't you playing the story?
Yep.
And there wasn't even that much to do at that point in time, and for city building in that game.
It was like, well, here's the two things you can build. Okay, I love them. I treasure them. I'm going to sit here and look at them.
Yeah, and since
Look
it
at what my hands have built.
and it earned me revenue at that point in the game, so I literally would just sit there, like read a book or something, making revenue in the game, and be like, okay, I can now purchase this stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a good category. The 2 point games, like there's so many things that loosely fit into that category. Um, Bless them, they're fun. All right, back to
Yeah.
you.
Ah, bad. Let's see here. Trying to think. What's a category that's just bad? And I'm legit trying to think what's one that's actually bad, not just I don't like it, so therefore, like Souls. Um,
Yeah, this is probably going to be the hard one. Because you and I both, even if we don't particularly like them, it's like that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means I don't like it.
you know what? I think I have one.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You mean free to play and then it costs money to get like costumes or like the
Yeah.
actual machine?
No, like yeah, like the free to play, but hey, start dumping money in for bonuses and extras and
So, First Descendants.
yeah, just like all those annoying uh anime style because those are the main ones I can think of at the moment. Just it's free, it's simple, it's quick and addictive to get into. Now give us money if you want to actually do it right.
I mean, technically, you just, well, I don't know if it gives anything other than cosmetics, but that's CSGO, Counter Strike, or yeah, is it Counter
Yeah.
Strike? I don't know, CSGO, whatever that is. Like, it's free, it's can be free to play, and you can spend tons of money to get weapon skins.
Yeah, I mean like that. I mean, I think even and again, I might be miscategorizing it, but I could like I think even what was it? Team Fortress 2 did that.
Probably.
Where it's like, oh, pay us $15, you get a sombrero.
Yeah. And it's especially bad when it's a multiplayer game and it gives you an advantage in the game.
Yeah.
Like if you want to pay $30 to look like a tuxedoed penguin, that's your money. God bless you. I hope it gives you what you're looking for. But if that tuxedoed penguin now behaves like Odd Job from James Bond 64, and now you're harder to hit because you're shorter, I don't like that.
hmm But yeah, it's just 1,001 different things, costumes, weapons, whatever it may be, or even in the case, I again, I'm trying to not confuse it, but like even in the case of like a Call of Duty or whatever, it's like okay, now you have 11,000 in game, or not Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. It's like okay, you gave us 100 real life bucks, you now have 10 million in game dollars.
Enjoy your shark card.
Yeah,
Is it bad that I have bought a shark card in my life?
only if you paid for the expensive ones.
No, I paid like $20, which I mean, depending on your review, is expensive, but it saved me 9 hours of grinding to get the thing I needed. Um, and I figured my hourly rate is, you know, 20
Yeah.
bucks for 9 hours of my life is fair.
And yeah, if you want to say I'm not describing gotcha, I'm describing pay to win, then fine. You can say that's the category.
But
But
no,
just
because you started it off, there are gotcha games, and they are a bad category. So I'm the one that took it to pay to win.
yeah.
Although I'm not entirely opposed to seeing those videos for First Descendants, I just won't play it. Better
Yeah, those
that.
definitely seem to be everywhere at the moment.
I someone keeps popping up on my ex account, and all she talks about is First Descendants, and I'm beginning to think she's either a bot or she's paid by them. Because even people that really liked that game, and not even for pervy reasons, just they like that style of game, said, yeah, there's not a whole lot to do here for very long. So you can get the platinum in a week or two and move on with your life.
Oh, that's the category I should have used. Oh well, too late.
What's that?
I should have said ASMR.
Oh, is that
Shame you more.
technically a category? A
I don't
genre?
think so.
I mean, shame away. Okay, I'm looking for a hatch. There's the
This.
hatch. Why didn't you light up? Sorry, I'm just going top down on the list trying to find the stuff that we need.
Yep, yep.
Hunter killer missile launcher. Well, some
That's
of
what I'm
these things are
on right
pretty
now.
cool. Oh, this thing. Okay. Um, yeah, it is kind of hard to find a genre that is just bad.
Because yeah, I was like, puzzle games. No, it just depends on how good you are at making a puzzle. Platformers. Again, if bad controls, but not necessarily a bad game genre. Like just about any category could fall under that just because of a bad game with bad controls or style, but not necessarily a bad genre.
Yeah, I should have been thinking about this, but instead I was listening to what you were saying and, giving you my attention, and shame on me because now I have to come up with one. Um,
Now, this is where I'd say shame on you for saying, "Hey, we're going to do this off the cuff with no prep time."
I know, right? How
This is
dare
why
I?
Batman always loses on his first visits with enemies.
But
Yeah,
we had, years ago it was, oh, we should just record our conversation. So this is a conversation, not a book report.
yeah. This is what we
All right.
get for actually following through.
Redemptive Dreadnought. Is there a trophy specifically for Redemptive Dreadnought? Let me check. Completely clean the Redemptor Dreadnought using only the yellow nozzle. I have the yellow nozzle on. All right, so
I have it's kind of more of a copper in this world, but I have the yellow one.
I was gonna say I had to like open the menu and be like, does this say 15 degrees?
So only the yellow while we
Yes.
do this thing. Was that the only trophy here?
Well, there's one for beating it, and then there's one for doing it with yellow. So we'll get 2 trophies when we finish, as long as all we use is yellow.
Okay. Just
I'll
want
fall back.
after Back to the Future. I just want to make sure there's no levels with 2 trophies.
Oh, that's a good
I just checked. There wasn't.
Imperial Knight Paladin, Royal Dorn Battle Tank, Thunder Hawk Job. Okay. Yeah, because we kind of pooped the bed on that one.
Let's get your toes clean first, Mr. Big Sir.
Um,
So, did my delay tactic work? Have you thought of something now?
Not really. No, because like you said, every genre I think of, I'm like, yeah, but I like this game. I like that game. I know what I'm gonna say. Get ready to be banned, YouTube account. Hentai games. Did you just
Oh
toot?
no, that was a very controlled scoff.
Okay. Because over
So
here,
I wasn't expecting that category to pop up.
through my speaker, it sounded like you made a little squeaky toot. Um,
There was also a simulator game for that on sale.
yeah, hentai shop simulator. I'm
Yeah,
specifically talking about the ones where like, and I know hentai means perverted. I know
I
that,
know.
right?
Yes,
Sushi
it just
means
means perfect, pervertedly.
right. Sushi means raw. It doesn't mean raw fish. But when we,
Yeah,
that's sashimi. But when we say sushi, everyone thinks of fish, right? So I'm specifically talking about the actual meaning of the name, the perverted games. I don't care if you that date anything game. I mean, I don't know what's in it, so maybe I shouldn't say I don't care, but looks like you can screw a toaster, whatever. I'm talking about the ones that are more like interactive stories, and then it's just pictures so that you can sit there and play one handed. And even though nothing's ever shown, I'm pretty sure because Sony's got rules about that. Now I gotta look one up for research. I'm kidding. But
I would
like,
almost
you
say,
know,
can you
oh,
add the furry
it's my
games to that
mom, it's my
category?
stepbrother, it's whatever. Like, just don't be gross. Why is that? Now I'm going to sound like a boomer. Why is that on my storefront where my kid can see it? Like, it's a
Yeah.
bad genre.
If I have
Keep
to
it
have
to the
parental control
computers.
to stop my kid from playing this, why is it on the shop front and center?
Yeah, and like I'm not even saying you shouldn't have it, but it should be in a special place that you go to deliberately that is not easy to access, or it should be on physical media only, or whatever. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying you can't enjoy your one-handed gaming sessions. I'm just saying it's a bad genre, and I could do with seeing it a lot less. Look, I was able to find one.
Now, by no means am I saying or defending it, but would you include like the leisure suits in that?
No, those are
'Cause that's
point and
more
click
spoof.
story games, and I can't say because I've only ever played the one, but they're definitely not designed to be played one-handed. They are making fun of that kind of stuff. If I had played that game 15 years ago, I probably would have thought it was brilliant and art and hilarious. But instead, I was just like, oh, yeah, I made those jokes when I was in junior high. Okay.
So it's a Van Wilder game, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a Van Wilder game. Yep.
And all I'm gonna say is, before we get too much farther, we're gonna have a mom skip from this point to this point.
Hey, Mom, if you're going to watch this, be real comfortable with your son talking about hentai, okay? He'll explain it to you later.
No, they won't. See, I would also say let's, even though it's your list and your category, let's throw on the and let's anger off more people, but probably not the people that watch your stuff. Let's throw the furry games in there.
Is that a whole genre? Is furry games a genre?
It it feels like that genre is starting to grow.
I think that you could kind of lump it into
It's a
hentai games.
subcategory.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not down with the furry. I'm good. I'm pretty vanilla. All right,
Moving
so
on.
we did moving on. We did overrated. We did
Overused.
good.
I, I,
Overused.
I, yeah.
Yeah. Overused,
Overused, good,
good,
bad,
bad. What was the last category?
ignored.
Ignored. Oh, okay. I know mine.
Ignored. Well, you can go ahead then because
Do you need a minute?
I need a minute.
Okay. It's actually quickly becoming one of my favorite genres because I can decide how much I want to invest in brain power and I can follow a guide and get everything while enjoying it. I like point and click story games, and they have totally gone away. And yes, that would include Leisure Suit Larry, but I'm thinking more like Deponia, which is still a game. It's a trilogy of games. I think you'd really like it. It's good. Just follow the guide and enjoy. I guess you could include the Telltales in there, even though they're not really point and click, but they are definitely story games. One of the
Yeah, but
best
those
games.
also aren't ignored.
Yeah, those aren't really ignored. Well, specifically, Telltale is not ignored.
I mean, in my mind, when you said that, I was like, other than what is it, Adventure on Monkey Island, the George Lucas one,
Yeah,
does and Leisure Suit, does anyone even know of another style?
I don't know, but what's the Grim Reaper one? Grim Fandango,
Oh,
Full Throttle, which is a motorcycle club one. Sam and Max. I've played two of their games. Those were hilarious. But one of the best games I played last year, it stuck with me. Tuberbrook. I'm not looking
oh,
at
I
it to
know
know if
you
there's an extra R.
you've told
Uh,
me about that one countless times.
yeah, fantastic game. But that genre is largely ignored And I'm not sure why, because like if you're an indie dev and you have a limited budget, like stuff doesn't even hardly have to move. You just have to have talent in writing, and maybe that's why people aren't using it. Because I mean, this is, I don't play games for stories, so this is totally ironic that I'm saying it, but maybe people just can't write a good story anymore. Something worth listening to. It's got to be flashy, but
Hmm.
I know. Can you believe I just said that?
No, but at the same time, that makes sense.
So, but no, I really like them, and one of the reasons I like them is because they're relaxing and they're easy and they're low stress and they're entertaining. And I very seldom laugh out loud unless it's stand up comedy anymore. And I have laughed out loud many times uh, where they designed it like on purpose, not at the game, but because of those games. So yeah, story games, point and click story games. They're overlooked. They're ignored.
I'm still trying to think. It's like I thought of a category too while you've been saying. And I was listening, but at the same time, like, I don't know if that's even technically a video game category.
You know what's ignored? Games where I get paid to play them.
They really are.
Dude, I'm trying. I'm trying. By the way, like and subscribe, please. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Go ahead and give a comment because I would like YouTube to give me some money for playing video games. But
Feel free to donate or send a gift to this P.O. box.
yeah, not quite there yet, but it would be nice to have some passive income coming in. Really help
Mm.
out. So,
This is more work than just putting in a GoFundMe.
yeah. I
What you
think it's a little
GoFundMe
bit more
for?
work
I
than
don't
you
want to
were.
work. GoFundMe.
I think it's probably a little bit more work than you thought it was before you started joining me for stuff. I know
Yes
I
and
was
no.
surprised. I'm like, why do all these people say they're getting tired and burned out? You play a game, you edit it for 10 minutes, you move on. Nope, that is not what it is.
Especially for the
I
people that actually have a life like you. The
I
single
try.
20-year-olds, what do they care?
Yeah, still more power to them. I mean, if this was available when I was 20, living at home with mom and dad, I'd have been stupid not to try for it.
Mm.
Sarcophagus armor and storm bolters. Why do storm bolters sound like they're going to be a gun? Maybe I should actually
Because it
look at the
is.
list.
That's what I'm spraying at right now. Probably gonna need to get a ladder to get the front side.
I don't I don't see any dirt.
That's why I say you're probably gonna need to get a ladder to get on the inside.
Eternal service. Degrees of redemption. You love to see it.
The only thing I can think of, and again, I don't think it's actually a category, but it's the only thing I can actually think of, which is like heavy comedy spoof, like Deadpool.
Are ignored? Hey, it is ignored.
Like, yes, plenty of games have good comedy or just mock things in general, but and I'm sure some what is that? High on Life by the idiots who do Rick and Morty. I mean, that might count as well, but
That was a heavy spoof. I did not finish it, but that is a heavy spoof.
it's just games where as you're playing it, it literally is just nonstop jokes and making you laugh. I very few games have I ever played that have actually done and succeeded in that.
All right, you got to do the stowed shovel first. Let me go find that.
A
Probably going to be
shovel?
on the back or the side.
I'm not complaining, but it's all just big old tanks.
Yeah. I'm not complaining either.
But yeah, no, just Doge Shovel.
So spoof games,
But yeah, just
satire
I would
games.
almost say comedy in general because nowadays it just feels like so many games are just be as serious, dark, and depressing as you can be. I think
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I enjoy playing Borderlands with my friends so much.
we have kind of lost fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not that every game needs to be a bright and colorful cartoon platformer, but and believe me, there are places for the serious ones. Last of Us, as cliche as it is, and I know it's it moved me. So,
So we're
and
going
I
to
knew what
spray
was
down
coming.
everything.
Yep, we're ready to clean.
Okay.
Did you not get that trophy?
I did. I just want to make sure that
Okay, okay. I appreciate you double checking. Yeah, I agree. Spoof games, that used to be a whole thing, and now it's really not.
yeah, like literally play a game. There's still a story. There's still all these elements, but at the same time, you're just going to have fun. I
I'm
mean, yeah, just I can't remember. I say I can't remember, but I'm sure it wasn't that long ago. But it's just I can't remember a game where I was just playing and it didn't take itself seriously. It was just I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I
life
mean,
is good.
it's not, but I would almost say Another Crab's Treasure was probably one of the last ones I can think of.
I mean it is not a spoof game, but I know what you mean because with the accessibility stuff, you could make it as easy as you want, and it had a satirical tone to it half the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah. I
see
mean, it was
what you're
just
saying.
it was puns, it was jokes, and at times even the main character would just call out, "It's like this doesn't make sense. This is stupid."
Am I the only one that can do these things?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, spoof comedy, fourth wall breaking, however you want to list it. It's just
They get
I,
ignored.
I'm yeah, I miss games that just knew what they were and had fun with it,
Yeah, we are entertainment for children. That's all.
or called out the other games for it.
I,
Nowadays, no. How serious and depressing can we be? It worked for television, it's now working for us, but it's not.
we need a morally complex gray person that we can decide if we're rooting for or against as the game goes on. Give them a tragic backstory. Kill their kid. There we go. Did they
How
have a dog?
tortured can
Kill
it make
that
the
too.
human?
What's that?
So how tortured? Well, no, you don't kill the. You kill the dog 30 hours in, and you connected with the dog.
That's true.
Or
Make them
spoilers, you
like it.
Ghost of Tsushima the horse.
Yeah. That happens in Red Dead too. And oh, it about killed me. About killed me. That horse was everything. And then they take it away. Spoilers on a 9-year-old game. But that's not the spoiler everyone gets spoiled.
That's probably the one that hits just about as hard.
Yeah, yeah. Love that game. But you're crazy if you think I'm going to go through that story again. I don't sign up to cry. And it made me cry.
Again, you had extra extenuating circumstances.
True. Still cried.
I know.
Still did it. So yeah. So
Yeah.
there you go. We just off the cuffed opinions.
The great thing about that list is we can return to it for another time if we need to.
We sure could.
Here's another genre that I just can't stand.
Let us know in the comments what we missed or what we would change or what we got right or how wrong we were. Or
There's
your mom's
fighting games, there's
favorite crab
racing
dip
games.
recipe. Just leave a comment, okay? Okay. Until next time, folks, I'll catch you later. Bye for
See ya.
now.